Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 6 Expert, where in between episodes I've been clearing out an area for a new factory, or a new main part of our base, because our starter house that is starting to become, covered by all the stuff we got going on. It's just a little bit small for all the things we're going to want to build, and I sort of want to run power, and our power's right here, and have refined storage connected to everything, and this is just going to be a little bit more efficient. I even went through and kind of built it in chunks. Doesn't quite go to the edge, because if you do that, then you end up with a building that's like an even number of blocks, and then you don't have a center anywhere. Not entirely sure what the design's going to be yet. Haven't really worked that out, so we might be living out of an in-progress building for a bit. Yeah, there's still some blocks that need to despawn. Yeah, I think potentially we want the floor to be concrete. My inventory is a little bit of a mess. So we might look into making some concrete, because that is one of the quests we need to get into. And once we have concrete, we're sort of getting into the petty machine frame, or the start of Industrial 4 going. And then aside from that, we've got a little bit of Enigmatica with making the Amadron, which, honestly, that doesn't look too bad. And then this was going to be a bit. This was a bit. Yeah, we need a bunch of concrete for that. Cool. Yeah, we can set up like a loop. Okay, I need to go sleep. There's too many mobs. Yeah, we can set up like a loop, because these things have to go through so many times. I'm not even looking at it anymore. These things have to go through so many times. This has to go through 500 times. I am not going to want to, grab stuff and put it back. So we can kind of set up a loop. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do this. So I don't think we're quite ready for this yet. We could assemble these. Let's start with concrete. Because we can set it up in our new factory, and I think I want to build with it too. So mechanical press and a basin, that's not going to be too major. And then for liquid concrete, we can't make the mixer yet. I think that's gated behind this thing. Mixer, yeah, so we have to have this before we can even make the mixer. And then we need to be mixing in like one of these, a mechanical mixer in another basin. A slag, which is smelted gravel, clay. Clay, we might need a better way of getting. So we do occasionally get it from compressing gravel, but we kind of want gravel as well. Oh, so sand and water. There's a decent chance of getting clay. Okay, we got some options. Let's start by, I'll put away some stuff. And I have the refined storage system running now and not draining all of our power, so we can start just dumping stuff in here. I haven't transferred everything over yet. But that's pretty cool. We've got upgrades. So this guy's producing 320 arrow per tick. This guy's the same, and then this one here, he's producing 200, which is all we can make without getting more of these hardened undercore components, which are more difficult than just the standard upgrades. Oh, that's not a dynamo. But we've still got room for another 160 RF per one of these. And I've just decided it's probably a good time to get into a windmill, right? I think we have the stuff for doing it. And then we don't have to create another one of these water wheel things, and I think you get a lot more drive out of a windmill, so we should be able to run a few different machines off it. So yeah, this is just sticks, andesite, and rockwool, which we have a bit of. So we need sails. That's just planks. Radial chassis will be fine. Need to do a little bit of looking into how this actually all fits together. Sticky piston's easy. That's easy. A turntable is easy. Cool. All right. Let's start with a windmill. So I had a go at making a vertical windmill, and it'll work for now. Not super happy with it, but it spins pretty fast. That's like 2 stacks of windmill things. Yeah, it looked a lot better in my head. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But that will do for now. So that's moving pretty fast because the more sails you have on it, the faster it goes. Oh, do I just make a normal windmill? Yeah, it probably also doesn't want to be here because it's kind of hanging outside the factory. So I am assuming I'm going to move this later on. But in the meantime, this should provide us, more than enough drive to work on these other bits and pieces. So yeah, time for the mixer for making concrete. And it might be worth trying to set up a cobblestone generator as well, because we're going to need a lot of gravel. That can be a little bit annoying to get. So we've got some mechanical drills. I'm pretty sure these can break blocks. With a couple of crushing wheels, we should be able to set up some kind of cobblestone thing. Right, these just... I can place them, that's pretty simple. I guess the faster it goes, the faster they break blocks. And it kind of works. So actually, the whole thing might be better down a layer. I was kind of hoping that, like if we get a chest, this should output to a chest. And then I wanted to, go on to a... Oh, that's going to be a... That's actually not going to work too good, is it? Yeah, it's going to do that. And it's also not putting items into that. Alright. Okay, so not quite like that. Alright, so a bit of a monstrosity at the moment. But this is kind of doing it. I was really struggling to get the items to get picked up that way. See, if we rotate them like this, we can put the belt right there, and we end up with cobblestone. Weirdly getting flung in this direction. So wait, is it like wind from the windmill? No. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah, okay. It's definitely way too high. You probably want to come down 1 block, I think. And probably be rotating this way. So we'll have crushing wheels over here or something. I mean, I guess it could go sideways too. Yeah. But this will just tick away and do what we're trying to do. Okay, so... Yep. It's working. It's working. A lot could be improved. I think I might be better switching over to chain drives, because somebody did mention quite a few episodes back that you lose quite a bit, or there's quite a bit of stress generated by using rubber or mechanical belts instead of like some other method of transferring drive. But this has been working. This has been working. We're actually not generating cobblestone at the moment. We would have to... Oh, I just saw an apotheosis mob spawn. We probably don't want that. Yeah, so we're not actually getting cobblestone from this guy. I've just kind of tried to put some protection on it. Mostly for me, because I have fallen into a create crushing wheel before. I actually accidentally moved it down 2 steps, which is why it's a little bit low. But this will work for now. I'm going to want to rejig how this is, because it's not... It's not the best. I think chain drives could be the go, and I don't think they were too bad. No, they're pretty simple. And I'm pretty sure these are just for... Yeah, they're for transferring drive in the same direction. Anyhow, this is working. Actually, we're dropping a lot of stuff on the ground. Wait, why are we dropping stuff on the ground? That's not ideal. Can we like block that off so that doesn't happen? There we go, that's looking better. Well, I've been running this for a bit. At the moment, just using a chute to put gravel in. I processed that sand myself. I need some more glass. I was just trying to see where all of this cobblestone is coming from. And it's actually items are kind of getting stuck over there and then pinging back. It's definitely worse now that I've taken out the blocks that were under this. But it didn't seem to stop items from getting stuck. Like there. We got cobblestone just sort of sitting there. I mean, I don't know if we could get away with stairs. I don't know if that would be enough to... can we like place... I don't really want to place them like that, but then like rotate them. Yeah, okay, so that doesn't fix it either. So, I mean, I do kind of want to also get cobblestone, but we probably also want to get sand. So, if we wanted to set up like a proper cobblestone, or cobbleworks, as I've sometimes heard it referred to as, we kind of want to be turning some cobblestone. Well, some cobblestone just gets stored, so we have cobblestone. Some cobblestone gets crushed, so we have gravel. And then some of that gravel gets crushed again, so that we get sand. And then we'll have like a whole bunch of gravel, a whole bunch of cobble, and a whole bunch of sand, just in case we need it. Yeah, and I probably shouldn't start putting junk in there. Yeah, I think I might rearrange this machine again so that this block breaking one is on top and the lava and the water come from the sides. But that of course requires me rejigging this entire thing. Can I turn this off? There we go. Yeah. Because I think, yeah, I do want like a mixture of all of these things. And that'll be cool. So yeah. Back to the drawing board. Although this does work. I want it to be better than it is. And we need to do something different with this. I don't think the logs quite work. I wonder if we can get vertical slabs. Might look a bit better. Okay, so it's working. It's working. It's a little bit still of a monstrosity, but I looked up a video online. I couldn't get away without having to have hoppers under here. But the water is also waterlogged stairs. Oh, it's got andesite stairs there. Underneath these are andesite stairs. Ended up... Oh dear, that's not a good idea. Ended up making these brass tunnels because I wanted to split items. Stuff been jammed up again. Stuff does get jammed up. I don't know where clay keeps coming from, but it shouldn't actually be getting into there. That's alright. We will take out the filter and add clay. Should be good now. So, what's happening here? Well, first it gets to this belt, and this belt is just splitting it. Like, two things come in, one goes this way, one goes that way, kind of the default behavior. Does mean we're going to end up with more cobblestone than we really need, but for ease of maintenance and ease of like trying to set it up, we just split off a cobblestone. This travels over here and goes straight into the crushers. Could probably move them across a little bit and make it a little bit more compact. So out of the crushers comes gravel. Then this gravel is also getting split. I had to do sort of filters because if you start... Well, I'll explain what I had first was gravel coming this way and going back through. But then, of course, once the gravel comes through and gets turned into sand, some of it was coming back out this way, which did mean that some of our sand was getting turned into lime sand, which potentially might be something we want. I might even set that back up and let sand come back through. Which I had to have everything that can come out has to be on a filter. I just had gravel here for a start, but then all of the gravel would go this way, like none of it would come out this way. And then if you don't have one of the items, unless you've got like another output, it just gets stuck and jammed up. But hey, that's working. We got sand, we're getting some gravel and some flint, and a whole bunch of cobblestone. Okay, so it's as done as it is going to be. probably having some issues with, yep, stuff getting backed up. We've got a setup. I've tidied it up a bit, you know, moved something that was sitting over here over to the other side. So it should be more compact. Need to tidy that up still, but we're kind of fine. So I had to make some void upgrades and some storage upgrades because things like cobblestone we got heaps of, gravel we've got heaps of. I probably mostly care about, I guess, sand and limestone sand. Or lime sand, rather. And then void upgrades, definitely cobblestone and probably gravel. And I'm just out of... I need more cactus for making cactus batches, for making trash cans, to make more void upgrades. The rest of the stuff isn't too bad, just a bunch of scented sticks, and we've got plenty of honeycomb. So, that's that sorted. Let's get at least the concrete mixer going, and we'll see how we're doing for time. But yeah, it might be a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but I do like having like a big factory machine thing in my non-existent factory that's just a big wooden slab at this stage. And this should be concrete. So I was actually trying to use like a liquid hopper and a fluid hopper to try and like make an infinite water source and just keep water constantly in here, but it turns out the liquid hopper only extracts from like tanks or like items, but not the infinity bucket, unfortunately. And the fluid hopper also didn't seem to work like how I expected it to. I actually didn't look up the manual for that, if there is a manual for little logistics. I mean, there is a book. So there's a fluid hopper, which, yeah, didn't seem to work how I wanted it to anyway. Like, you can pump water into it, but I kind of need the infinite water source to begin with. Which maybe we could do with creates, like tanks and stuff, but, I mean, 32 buckets of water. We have an infinity bucket. Like, I can't put it in that chest because it'll get sucked in. But anyhow, let's get our first concrete. So, slag, clay, and gravel. Luckily, we're getting clay now. And gravel. Not quite the right ratio, so 32, that's only going to get us 16. And then we'll just, I mean, maybe we'll just chuck it in manually for now. There we go. We should start ending up with liquid concrete. Now, how do we get the concrete out? That's a question. That is a question. I kind of want... I need a tank. Like, I guess we could do this. We kind of want to be able to filter. So I've whipped up some of these mechanical pipes and made a configurator, but how do we stop this? See, that just extracted water. Which is not what I want. Not what I want. Hey, we've got concrete in there now. There we go. So then if we put this here... Oh, it's got a tiny bit of water in there. Alright. That'll get us concrete, but it doesn't stop concrete from going back. Yeah. And again, that's instantly trying to extract water. I mean, we could do XNet. Smart fluid pipe, does that let you... So you can do it that way. Right, maybe that's the ticket then. Because that's not too bad. Because otherwise, yeah, we're going to result in this kind of stuff happening. But hey, now that we've got a bucket of concrete, I think... Now, I was going to sort of start trying to press it out. But that turns one bucket of concrete into one concrete. Whereas I'm fairly sure you can do something like this. Well, if that was set to bucket mode, which apparently it was not. And I don't know why it's blue, but it is. Oh, that didn't work. That didn't really work. So that got us one concrete and a bunch of slabs, which might not be a bad thing. Okay. Oh, we got no concrete left. All right, I need more concrete. All right, let's try and get this filtered smart pipe thing. I think that's going to be the go. Concrete goes in there. Concrete comes out. Concrete goes in here. We get a bucket. And we've applied concrete to that. So if we pour concrete in, concrete comes out, and concrete goes into our tank. Nice. Then we start doing this. And we should start seeing... There we go. All right, cool. It works. It works. And then can we do like a 4? A 4 wide. Oh, it still gives us like weird concrete slabs. Maybe it was in the old version let you... Oh, you can... Okay. So we can convert... I mean, not these things. So that does get us more concrete, but it is very manual doing it that way. We could automate the breaking of it using like the block breakers we've got in this guy. Yeah, it's not ideal, and we can't like. If we do double, does that give us? No, we still get weird slab things. I mean, it kind of gives you more concrete. Like, yeah. It works. Is it worth the hassle? I'm not convinced. But all right. This has all taken much longer than I thought it would. So we're not going to do the draw controller, but we can at least get leaded concrete. And that's going to complete that quest. And we'll be one step closer. Yeah, we'll be one step closer to getting into the next tech chapter. That was a bad idea. I mean, it kind of worked. Don't go back in there. And yes, not quite using the refined storage system. I still need to transfer over all my storage. Now, hang on. Is lead's used for that? It's only used for these. Right. We probably don't need to make heaps. We'll make 16. And hey, that's completed. Not this quest, but I'll take whatever that was. It's completed our leaded concrete. Our next thing to do is the pity machine frame, which I suspect we don't have. We had one iron mechanical component. That's cool. None of this will be too bad, but I just don't have the stuff right now. But we have leaded concrete and cobblestone generation now, and sand and gravel and that lime sand stuff, which may or may not be useful. But this is going to help potentially with building the factory, because it's not much of a factory yet, but it's the beginnings of one. It's the beginnings of one. Anyway, it's been ClassicDuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.